Episode 112, Artificial Superintelligence.
The primitive forms of artificial intelligence we already have proved very useful.
AI is a golden opportunity.
How do we ensure that this technology is regulated?
The long arc of technological history is now in an extraordinary new phase.
The AI6 podcast with Joanne Sweeney.
Artificial Superintelligence, or ASI, has been in the news this past week. So ASI is a theoretical form of artificial intelligence that actually surpasses human intelligence in all domains. It has become a big topic, making global headlines, influencing policy debates, and no doubt it will shape industry developments. In this episode, I decided to review the digital newspapers and bring you the updates on what people are saying and what I think you need to know. Hello and welcome back to the AI6 podcast, where I teach you AI and keep you updated in just 6 minutes a day. First, let's put this episode into context. Here's a snippet from Mark's Tegmark in conversation with Jan Jelic.
One of the most memory-hold stories of 2023 was that the CEOs of all of these companies, Sam Altman, Demis Hassabis, Dario Amodei, signed this statement saying, hey, this could cause human extinction. Let's be careful. They said it. It's kind of like if Oppenheimer and Einstein had written a letter warning that nuclear weapons could kill people, and then everybody just sort of forgot about it.
Few people understand artificial intelligence and machine learning as well as MIT physics professor Max Tegmark. He's the author of Life 3.0, Being Human in the Age of Artificial Intelligence.
So there are 3 levels of artificial intelligence. First of all, we have ANI, Artificial Narrow Intelligence. So that's today's AI. It's good at image recognition, chat, music generation. Then we have Artificial Generative Intelligence, which is already here. And we know that that can understand reason and apply knowledge like a human. Then we have ASI, Artificial Superintelligence. Smarter, faster, and more capable than any human in every possible way. So why is ASI a big deal? Well, from an ethical point of view and even from a human predictability point of view, we don't know what the outcomes will be. We don't know how it would act or what goals it might form. And if you've listened to my episode 2 shows ago on Anthropic doing a full shift and engaging in blackmail rather than being shut down, then this is sort of an example of potentially where ASI could go. There are potentially control problems. So once the model is created, we might not be able to contain it. And as some people say, is this the Terminator that we're looking towards? And then, of course, with all of this, there's an existential risk. You know, many experts are warning that it could potentially threaten humanity if misaligned with our values. And then power shifts. So power is in the hands of those who make decisions, who write legislation, who have the dollars in their pockets, and whoever builds it first and who dominates economically, military, politically, and culturally. So if there's not a mindset and an intention of AI for good, then this poses huge problems. And if I was to compare artificial generative intelligence, so Gen AI, like building a brain, artificial superintelligence is like building like a super god, one that never forgets, never sleeps, and could rewrite the rules of civilization in milliseconds. We're already seeing how Gen AI works, how, Claude from Anthropic can write a book in a couple of minutes, can complete a PhD in a couple of days. So that's already the landscape that we're operating in. ASI taken to new levels conceptually, that potentially where it could take us. So what do we have to do now? Well, we need to be having these conversations. We need to do even more research. We need academia, we need policymakers really tuned into how far the technology can go. And if you listen to one of my recent episodes, I played a clip of Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Meta, in conversation with John Collinson of Stripe at their conference. And Mark Zuckerberg admitted that the goals that they are setting for AI now in their company, and they have the money to throw at it, the AI is meeting and exceeding those goals in the very short term. And he stated, this leads me to believe that we're not being ambitious enough, or we're not thinking big enough as to what potentially AI could do. And I guess in hindsight, when I'm reflecting on that conversation that he had with John, maybe he was hinting at artificial superintelligence, because already it's exceeding the goals set for it by humans. So, let's be pragmatic. Let's not build up the hype. Let's keep a level of skepticism for now, but also let's definitely be aware of how AI can evolve and develop and the impact that it might have on humanity. If you've got an interest in this, if you're working in the area, I'd love to have a conversation with you on this podcast. Just reach out to me on LinkedIn, search for Joanne Sweeney. But for now, this is the AI6 podcast. I will talk to you tomorrow.